And welcome back to the second episode of the Chinese campaign. Looks like the recording worked finally. Problem fixed.
I have already had my fill of crowded ports and foreigners. I crave conquest. I crave glory.
Some men work their whole lives to see such sights, Admiral.
True. Commoners are easily impressed. That is what separates rabble like you from men like me. Now step aside. Royalty expects to be greeted by their own.
Watch him closely, Captain.
Jin Hai may be venomous, but he is not capable of betrayal.
Because he is too stupid?
Because he is a coward.
The Zamatran wishes you welcome, Admiral. All preparations have been made.
Excellent.
It has been too long since we received news from the Admiral. I am growing worried.
You should be worried about us, Captain. Those approaching warriors have murder in their eyes.
Run, Chen. We have been betrayed. Our only hope is to escape with the ships. By betraying us, the Zamatran has sealed his fate. Prepare the ships for a raid on the northern beach. Vengeance will be ours.
We must hurry. All this time on land is making me seasick.
Alright, this is the first mission in which we really need to build a base. So, our main mission, get a town center and a dock, and we need to save the Admiral, unfortunately. But what you want to do immediately is scout to the east, because if you don't scout to the east, you're going to regret it, seeing as there's an enemy barracks.
Not alone on this island, Captain. It is a good thing. I was becoming bored with all of this peace and quiet.
Alright, so we are actually fighting Indians here. They are Indian mercenaries, as we are in India, as you saw from the previous cutscene, so makes a lot of sense. So these are Indian pirates we're fighting. They basically act just like India the team, where they make units out of barracks. They're fairly standard, and they tend to use up a lot of wood. So you guys can actually get on gold. And we're actually leaving one guy, as you saw there. We're leaving one guy just back at the ship. And the reason for that, as I'll show in a minute, is this is a big thing in the Chinese campaign. Not as China as a team, though. Big thing with the Chinese campaign, this ship will continually give you packs of 100 resources. So you can pick what it drops. Very, very useful. It's pretty much what you want to build a lot of your economy around, in fact. Come on, burn that thing down a little faster. Oh, almost. So what we want to do here is get your economy rolling really fast. Don't worry much about attacks. They come very infrequently. They can only land right here. And you want to get to age 3 as fast as you can. You start in age 2 in this map. And a castle shipment is a good idea to immediately put it on the dock here, or on the coast, just so that if a ship does show up, you've got extra coastal defense. Other than that, though, you just want to get a dock nice and early, get some villages and everything, get things started up early, never stop food production, of course. In fact, we have some animals we can hunt to speed things up. And it's a good idea to get fishing fairly early, because this is a sea-based map. Now, when we go to the enemy coast...
Let us build a great wonder in honor of the Emperor. It will raise morale. There is little time. Who knows what the Zamatran is doing to the Admiral? Now is the time to launch a rescue.
Right. So if we want to go get the Admiral up here, we need to go through this dock. It's the only place to land. So, now's a good time to teach you about the Chinese Navy, because they do have something of a unique navy. Yes, I'm just clicking that so it gets the objective to go away. and we would also actually like a market.
建筑工
Okay. First things first, I want a couple of war junk. War junk are their basic first warship. It can carry units to get them across the river, as well as it's decent in a fight. Now, their unique unit that not many teams have is the fire junk. This is a fun one. It's a suicide ship, which is why it's so cheap. It's flaming, and it explodes on contact with the enemy. It's good to build up a lot of these and have them ram a big warship or even some docks. However, it is not very cost-effective because they're cheap, but they blow up after one use. And of course, you have your regular fishing boats. So I actually do recommend you get some fishing upgrades early, because these basic warships can fish. So I'm going to have them fish at the whales for now. So they'd likely be whaling, you know, make the animal fat into whale oil, I guess is the logic behind the gold. We're selling the whale oil. So right now he is fishing for gold, kind of. And we need that gold, because I want to start producing units early on. So we're going to get our war academy going. And we also want to get a lot of people on food. In fact, you guys are out already? Oh, some of it's over there. Okay. And for shipments early on, I like to take all of my upgrade shipments early. After that, you might as well just start with the unit shipments early. After all, it's pretty much all we took. Okay, hunting upgrade, and then general resource gathering upgrade. The economy's still going, good, and we're ready for a wonder soon. Let's hotkey that up. And you don't really need a war academy here. Despite how you of course want troops, if you get to age 3 and you build your great warship, which is this, that I'm not even going to try to pronounce, like most big warships, China's warship can train banner armies when it's on the coast. So that helps make up for it. There are some shipments you might want to do that actually make you train banner armies faster. Personally, I don't bother with them for the most part, not in the campaign at least. So we can get flamethrowers, but as you can see here, each flamethrower is quite expensive. So we will be getting them, of course, but just not many. And for when's a good time to attack the dock, I like to just about right after we age up. So we'll be getting a few troops first.
什么？是的，
And you can build a village while we're waiting.
建筑工
I like to have him always doing something. When possible, at least.
准备好了。
So, we just need 400 more food. Make that 300 more food. And we're going to get a town government increase soon. See, this is great. It increases the population of each village by 5, which would make it more cost-effective than houses of other teams. I forgot about the hilarious death animation for those guys. There we go, town government. And we've just about got the food we need. So let's just queue up a few more guys. Actually, yeah, like that.
准备好了。
And as for which place we want to get first with China, I recommend Summer Palace. It produces free banner armies and quite good ones at that.
工
However, they do produce incredibly slowly.
什么？粮食工准备好了。粮食工
命令是的，准备好
Okay,
了。
just making sure that no one's doing nothing other than the guy waiting for wood shipments.
是的，请下命令。
You're doing nothing. You can collect
伐
wood.
木工
Okay, good. We're good now. You can have up to 8 people working on a wonder, and as you can see, it's going by very quickly. So we're actually going to start on some banner armies soon. We just need a little bit more resource. And yeah, I would like to get food faster. In fact, we want quite an emphasis on that. Bureaucracy! We could use that as well.
准备好了。粮食工，请下命令。准备
Oh,
好
you guys are
了
done? We have one more gold mine then, which is this one. So we'll go ahead and get that.
是的，
请下粮食工。
And we can ship more units. Actually, you know what? Hold off on that shipment, because we're about to age up and we can ship in even more. There we go. And we're producing armies. I want to produce forbidden armies, which is 2 iron flails, 2 meteor hammers. They produce especially slow. So that is kind of a negative to them. Oh, that's brutal. You know what? How fast can I get at standards with these? With this? I think that might be slightly faster. Okay. We'll produce our forbidden armies through the War Academy then. We get meteor hammers and iron flails. These guys, between the 2 of them, they can take out just about anything. They're incredibly powerful units. And you can actually start getting those crates. And then go back to the ship. And let's go ahead and get another war junk building. And I'd like to actually get a few hand mortars. Hand mortars are not very expensive. They mostly just take up wood, and by this point, wood, not that hard to get. Your economy tends to really be rolling by this point, so... Okay, so we have some of our real good Chinese units now. I'd like to get a few more of them, though. Although very expensive, of course. Let's get more forbidden armies. And these will be hotkey 2, actually, will be the hand mortars. Actually, I could make that a different number. I want to keep cavalry separate as well for hit and runs. I'll be doing a little bit of maneuvering in the upcoming battle. Not much, though. Really, I don't need to do much. A lot of wood is building up there, but that's fine. And we are almost ready to get moving. Just need the economy a little bit stronger. In fact, I stopped making villagers for a while. I completely forgot. And Imperial bureaucracy would be nice. However, he's taking his time getting the huge crate of food. Oh, do we really have 2 mines? Didn't know we... Oh, right. These guys were getting food before. There you go. Get back to food. I thought they got it too quickly. There we go. Okay. That's producing, that's producing. We're doing pretty good here. And we can actually start getting some Imperial armies. That is Aquabazirs come with them, and Aquabazirs are very good. You also get them with the Terrarial army, or Territorial army, rather. Aquabazirs are, of course, the same as a European one would be, which is gunmen. Okay. Oh, population room's becoming a problem again. Okay, stop getting wood and start building a village. And you know what? You can switch to Territorial Army now. Not that it produces at any real speed. Is there really only 1 population for a hand mortar? Not bad. There. Queue up a bunch of them. And we want to get a total of 10 hand mortars, so we need 6 more. We're almost ready to cross the water. We will need a little bit more population, likely, though. Which shouldn't take too long. Okay, 2 more hand mortars. Just queue up 1 more. There we go. And actually, yeah, we could also do a shipment of them. Sweet. Yeah, we'll have a ton of hand mortars then. And yeah, the castle makes pretty short work of those boats. They're using very primitive, just rafts. Yeah, we need to increase the town government again. Get the population cap even higher. So what we're actually going to do is change up their hotkey to 3. and get all of our cavalry on 2, all of our infantry on 1, for the sake of mobility. That's what we're going to be doing for a little while. Okay, we're about ready now. Let's just get a few territorial armies. Increase town government again. Again, for the sake of population cap. Might as well ship someone in as well, because that's a pretty quick upgrade. Yep. That added another 15. I'm going to use that for a bunch of arquebusiers. And we could use another war junk to help transport units and knock down the docks faster. Now that we've got things really rolling, we're about ready to attack. I've been really holding off on bureaucracy, although it's a good one. It's just like any other Asian team, makes you gather from everywhere faster, every resource. But we need provincial government. Increase our unit cap even more. And we don't really need to produce any more civilians because we're going to essentially just stop producing new units. Because we're at a point in which we don't need to. Okay, let's pull 2 ships back here. Get all the cavalry going on that one. Okay, so that's the cavalry ship. Start getting the infantry piled onto this one. Very slowly. Oh, that one's full. Okay, let's get another one over here, and you guys can just fish over there while I wait. And you guys were getting gold before. One of you can grab that treasure. And that's the last of the units? That's the last of the units, okay. So what we're gonna do is just get a few upgrades for them, grab all the ships. And we have... This one can grab all the hand mortars. And as you can see, they're actually quite quick for mortars. They're a bit weaker than regular mortars, however they're more mobile and a lot cheaper. Let's get all the ships in formation. And we need to open up a little bit of room here, so we need to knock out a dock early. So we're going to use a mass broadside attack to fire all cannons at once. Come on. Alright. That did a decent job beating up the dock. Okay, we need to start attacking the units. God, ship, start unloading. There we go.
The only way to hold this beach is to build a castle. Hurry, or the whole mainland is alerted to our presence.
Now, it says to build a castle to protect yourself. You don't need to. You'll be fine. Okay, that's all the infantry can fit in that control group then. Let's get all the cavalry dropped off. And God, this is where the pathfinding is really annoying. Oh my God, this pathfinding. Move! Oh, you guys get out of there. Okay, what we need to do is move in here. Okay, so I'm gonna have the whole army move. And you guys, who don't fit in the control group and I don't feel like also controlling you, will just help burn down the docks. Okay, you guys need to all get into position. Alright, get a bombard going. Alright, very common tactic here. We'll just have the cavalry go around their flank. However, their army is quite small compared to ours, so I don't think it's going to be a problem. Really? There's a unit back there? Okay, we'll pull back the cavalry to take care of it.
I am surprised to see you, Huang. I did not believe you had the intelligence to mount a successful rescue.
Come on, take him out.
This is strange. There are Chinese amongst enemy dead. It seems that some of our crew chose to fight with the raiders.
Few units on the way. Just have the hand mortars straight up march. Because they are slow. Okay, yeah, our units here can take care of that. Few powerful swordsmen, but we've got it. Yeah, iron flails and what are they called? Meteor hammers are very powerful. What we want is to get our mortars into position to siege the town center to win the stage. Man, that cavalry is taking a long time. Okay, hand mortars in position. Good damage. Alright, we've got this one won. I love the victorious slaughter.
Teach the Zamutran to take what does not belong to him.
Let us get back out to sea before our good fortune turns.
Alright, not gonna bother with any new cards because we don't need them. So, on the next episode we do the third battle of the Chinese campaign. Until next time, have a nice day.